Hi, my name is Allie, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm the maker behind Crochet in the Mud, and it has been quite a bit since I've recorded. Today is currently August 2nd, and if you're new to my channel, I have had a summer job this summer, a full-time summer gig, and then I get home and I'm exhausted. So I have 1 week left. But on this coming Friday, today's Saturday, this upcoming Friday I have a market, which of course is the last day of work, so I'm missing the last day, which is sad, but it is what it is. So the only issue though is both of the stores I sell in are desperately in need of a restock. I have this market coming up Friday. I have plenty of pottery stock, but usually that's like 10 to 20% of my sales. In terms of crochet inventory, that's a different story. I have some like larger plushies, but I need some small stuff. So today is the start of my countdown, and I just need everything. Literally everything I'm in need of, even my small $12 octopus and stingrays and all of that. So this video is going to be a weekend of how much can I make, and hopefully quite a bit, because I'm now starting to regret not just canceling this market and deciding to work the last day of work. But it's currently 8 a.m. I have been slowly working on tofu turtles lately anytime I have a little bit of time. So I think these are the only two that I have that are done. They just need stuffed. And then I also have a jelly that needs stuffed. Other than that, I just have a bucket of shells, and then I do have a couple of heads that are made. But I don't think I'm going to focus on turtles today. I might make some more jellies. It's just a matter of what I want to focus on. So I think I'm telling myself make 2 of each thing max and then move on to something else so that I have more. Or like 2 of each thing per color. So like I can make 2 purple and 2 pink, so 4 total jellies, but no more than that unless I miraculously have time to come back, because I need all of my bestsellers made. So this will be fun. You can see over here I just recently got a restock of Premiere. So I believe that's the video before this, but who knows. I mean, it's August and I have not posted recently. This will probably be out, who knows, September, October. But I'm currently still editing May videos because, again, I've had literally no time or motivation to do anything. So hopefully this video sees the light of day. But I've got a bunch more Perfect Chunky, and I have a box to my right over here of the Premiere Basics that I have yet to use. I've got like all the tie-dye colors, lots of stuff, so I'm looking over here. So again, just too many options, but I will do some check-ins as we go. I think I'll start with the jellies and move on from there, and hopefully this is not a dud of a market. The market that's coming up is on Friday. I've done it plenty of times in the past. I've done anywhere from, I think my lowest was like $650 to the one I did in May was like $1,400. So usually it's about the $850 range, but depending on how much stock I get, we'll see if this is my worst ever at this location. And then I am doing it again in September, but my wedding is coming up, and it is on a Tuesday, and my September market is that Friday. So will I regret doing a Friday market right before my wedding? We'll see. But that's my update for now. I'm going to try to get in the zone, and hopefully I can focus today. I literally have no plans this weekend except crochet. So I've been terrible at updating. It's currently 3:30 and I have not done much. So I finished the jellies. I made 2 pinks and then 1 more purple, so I have 2 of each color so far. They are not stuffed. And then right now I'm working on maple chicken bodies. So this one I'm going to do a little different. I use the Bernay Blanket Ombre skeins, and I like to use the entire skein when I'm making them, and then I'll probably only like finish 2 or 3 in terms of like stuffing and adding the beak and the comb and all that. But don't get me wrong, I am a middle pole type of girly. But the last time I did it, I had the outside color left over. So I started with the outside and I moved in. This is the only one that I'll alternate. So based on if I have leftovers, I'll start with whichever end I had leftovers for. But I did make a little list of just like options of pocket octos, pocket stingrays, mini leggy frogs, chick with frog hats, possum, which depends on how much gray I have, mallard ducks, those sell really well, so I'm definitely gonna make those. My round chickens, maple chickens I'm doing right now, axolotls for sure. I am raising my price though, so I usually charge $18 for those based on my formula with labor, material cost, and then the profit margin. However, they're selling too well and I don't like making them, so I am going to raise the price from $18 to $21. I try not to price things at $20 because people tend to bring me a $20 bill and be like, here you go, and try to walk away. And so if it's $21, it's easier to be like, hey, you still have to pay tax on it, by the way. Those for sure. I think I'm going to try the new basic chenille with that. I got a light pink, and then I'll use my Bernay of the hot pink and then kind of see how they mix together. I'm sure it'll be fine, but that also gets an experiment out of the way. Mushy boys, cats, the tofu turtles, which I told you I'm already partly finished with some of those. Spiders. I have little tiny spiders that I started making last Halloween, and I meant to make them year round, and I just never got around to it once the ones I had at Halloween sold. Dolphins do really well when I make them in Parfait Chunky. When I make them in Bernay Blanket, not so much. Jellyfish is already crossed off the list. Seahorse, which I'm excited to make because these 2 colors I had found randomly in my yarn collection. No idea what they were. When I ordered Parfait Chunky, I was correct in my guess. So I have restocked these, and I can make some seahorses of that. And then a quick make for me are going to be booty turtles for this market, because I have a bucket of the bodies that are already stuffed and fully finished. They just need shells, but I ran out of the yarn to make that. But I got some more in my restock here, and I realized I'm saved a little bit in terms of inventory quantity because it's now August, and I consider it an acceptable time to pull out Halloween. I always pull it out in August, so I need to get in my closet and dig that out at some point just to see what I have. But yeah, I'm on the last row of this. I guess I'll finish this out and then we will pull out and see what Halloween goodies we have, and hopefully it's a good quantity in the smaller stuff. I know for sure I have a really expensive ghost dinosaur because it took me forever, but it's adorable. Okay, so that body part is done. I'm literally adding it to my bucket with the tofu turtle shells. I'm gonna go jump in my closet real quick and grab my Halloween bucket. Okay, so here it is in a Christmas bag, of course, but it's really heavy and I don't know why. I think I have Halloween bags. I think that's why it's heavy. But let's go through it. So I've got this ghost with a bee hat. It looks like I took tags off of everything, so I need to add that to my list of tag everything. But bee with a I can't do words. Ghost with a bee hat. The frog hat and candy corn hat of these sell really well, but I don't have any because they sold. And then I've had these for a long time. These are zombies, but I think they're at least 2 years old, if not 3 years. I tried at the end of the season marking them down, like, I think 60% at one point, but didn't sell. So at least so far I found 3 of the miniatures. And then I have 2 medium, or medium as we were calling it for a little bit. I have this knitting machine pumpkin. This is that expensive ghost dinosaur I was talking about. I don't know the price because again I de-tagged everything. I have my big Crochet Grove ghost, which is usually a good seller. Another small bee. I have 2 candy corn bees. I have the big version of the bee hat ghost. Clearly people didn't want the bee hat. 1 small ghost. 1 ghost swing for the car. And then I have 5 of these little candy corns and 1 candy corn ear warmer. However, this probably won't come in August because I think it's supposed to be in the high 80s. Yeah, and then I have Halloween themed like shopping bags that customers get for free to carry their stuff, and that's why this bag's so heavy. But this will definitely help me out. I think the mini candy corns and the like ghost things will sell. Maybe not the big bee hat ghost, but hopefully the little bee hat ghost. So that makes me feel a little better, but I've still got quite a ways to go on this. I can show you how far we've made it at least. I guess not that much, whatever. I'm gonna keep going. I have a little motivation, but gotta do what you gotta do. I, of course, always procrastinate. So I did get some productive stuff done. I started doing some wedding planning stuff for probably 2 hours today, which is good. It needed to be done, but I told myself today was a crochet day, and that didn't happen. But still got some stuff done. I will hopefully check in again today. It looks like it's about to storm, so it's getting a little dark. So it is now 6 o'clock, but I have just lost yarn chicken on that, which is fine. I'm literally on the last round. I did the first of the 6 stitches, but I'm just going to call it there. It's fine. It's close enough. It won't make that big of a difference. So that's where that is, and I guess now the problem is what to do next. Maybe I'll do axolotls. I don't feel like finishing this. And it is now much later, so I did a really bad job of recording, but it is now market day, so it is Friday. So it has been almost a week since I have last talked to you, and this was my last week at my summer job. But I've been working when I got home, and I've got a decent amount in here, so this is kind of a small bag, but figured I'd just show you what I have, and then if I manage to make anything else, show you that as well. But I know you've already seen the jellies. Here's the pink ones. Here's the purple ones. I still need to tag everything. Luckily this market is a night market, but I've got a lot of work ahead of me for that. And then I finished up some Mabel chickens. So I finished the entire skein body-wise, but I only finished 4. And I think I made 10 bodies, so I've got a couple more bodies to make. And then I have 2 pink axolotls, 2 blue axolotls, and hopefully that'll be fine. I believe I mentioned the booty turtles to you. All they needed done were their shells. So I made 3. I think that should be fine. I do have some more bodies to go, but I want to have some variety this evening. And then I finished up 3 of my beige tofu turtles. And that's all that's fully complete now as of 8:40 a.m. on market day. Again, the market starts at 5 tonight. I just tagged all of my Halloween stuff, so that's now ready to go. But I'm still stressed a little because with everything that's tagged now, the stuff I just showed you I've made this week is not yet tagged. I think I'm at $1,300 of inventory, which is nowhere near what I'd like to be, but it is what it is. And then things I need to stuff. Last night I finished up 2 and most of a third of the pink tofu turtles. We were at trivia and I ran out of the yarn that I packed. I do have some more over on my shelf. And then I have 2 mushy boys ready to stuff. So that's not a great variety. Let me see what all I can cross off. We can cross off mushy boys, tofu turtle. Whew. I also was looking through what I had, and because I've been giving so much to the stores I'm in, I have a whole 8 pocket octos. So we'll see what all I stress prep today. But I mean, I might as well make, it was supposed to be what I can make in a weekend, but I didn't finish that. So I guess we'll just, what can I make in the week leading up to the market? And I'll let you know what else I get done today. Hopefully quite a bit. I think I'm going to go tag what I have already and get that added to inventory, and then stuff what I have after I finish that tofu turtle, and then I'll figure out what else I can make. So I don't know if you can see my list, but I knew this wasn't going to happen, all of it, but now we've got to kind of decide what to focus on when I get back. Probably some pocket octos, we'll see. I do have a couple made up that I had in my car. Anytime I'm waiting to go into somewhere, I'll just make the body, so they need eyes and then stuffed. So I guess we can add those in. Pottery wise also, I went ahead and loaded my car this morning, and I have like no back stock anymore. Everything is either in the market totes or they are set aside to go to a store. So even that's not a reliable sale. I feel like all of my, I still have my herb strippers, but like mug wise of like ones that I'm like, yes, this will sell, are probably already sold. So I guess we'll see. Maybe when I have less options, my things that don't sell as quickly as others will sell because there's nothing to compete with them. I don't know. I am also, normally when I do this market, I am placed in the middle. So they block off a street, and then, so we'll call it street A, B, and C. And I'm usually placed near street B in the middle, but I'm placed towards street C this time. I'm like the third to last booth. So I also don't have an optimal placement for my booth. So hopefully it's at least a decent day. I did have to take off work today, which is a shame because this was the last day of the seasonal position. And hopefully I don't regret this. I know I don't have a lot to sell, but I mean, you can't go into every market fully prepped, I guess. It's also been, Pride was my last market. Yeah, so it's almost been 2 months since I've done a market. I'm fully having to flip a switch to get back into the right mindset. But I am procrastinating right now, so I'm going to go tag what's already fully made and then get to stuffing. So catch up with you later. It is now 11:12, so I haven't yet done the math, but I feel like I normally leave at like 1-ish, maybe like 1:30, to then, because it's an hour drive up north, to then set up before the market starts at 5. But I think I might call it here soon, take a little break. But I had this seahorse that was most of the way complete. I just needed to do the tail and then add the accent pink parts on it. But finished that one up. I think this one will definitely sell. And then I quickly went ahead and made 2 mallard ducks. So for the most part on my list, really only that I didn't get to was leggy frogs, chick with frog hat, possum, my round chicken, cats, spiders, I did have dolphin on my list, but I do have one dolphin in my bag, and then seahorse I made one. But I think that's just gonna be what I have. I have just under $2,000 of crochet inventory, so hopefully something sells. But I do have a handful of, I'm knocking my bucket over. I do have a handful of pocket octos that I can just add some eyes to and then stuff. So I think after I stuff these and tag everything, I'll take a break and figure out the game plan. But, so that's going to be everything I made for the week. I don't plan on making anything else today. Maybe at the market I'll bring some yarn. I haven't decided yet. But thank you so much for watching. I hope this one was enjoyable. I know it was supposed to be a weekend vlog that turned into a week-long how many things can I make. But I appreciate you for sticking around with me, and hopefully my videos are coming out more frequently now that this video is posted. As of me recording, I'm behind schedule. It is August 8th, and I still have not yet posted my Memorial Day vlog, but hopefully I'm back up to uploading in a more timely manner. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!